Pikmin 3 is an outstanding game on the Wii U, but I feel like the Switch counterpart is not what it could be. Hiya, I'm Pikzelow, and today we're going to be discussing why I think Pikmin 3 Deluxe is a bad port, and that it could have been better to leave the game unchanged in most places. I'll discuss the solutions to these problems at the end, but before we get into the bad stuff, let's say some of the good stuff that comes from Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Right off the bat, mission mode stages are all free compared to them being paid DLC in the Wii U version. Second, we have brand new missions in the side story modes, which at least adds more content and replayability to the game. And you can now play every single mode with a friend, as the story mode now supports co-op play and can be played fully 100% in co-op. And having multiple save slots is nice because then you can keep a save file that you really liked and still be able to start a new playthrough, just like in the first two games. And that's about it, honestly, about the good things in Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Unless you want to count the part that it's on the Switch and that you can play it anywhere on the go, but Anyway, on to everything Pikmin 3 Deluxe ruins for me, which is a lot, so buckle up for a wild ride. This list is not in any particular order and will just be how I listed it, but firstly, the controls. Oh gosh, what happened here? The seemingly perfect controls from the standard Wii U controls had been changed a lot, and not for the good. There are many points I'll list later, but the general controls and button layouts have been altered without any need to. Let's just say you can't lock your cursor in place, lock your character in place, or reset the cursor's position anymore. But let's move on to the lock-on system. This is infinitely worse than on Wii U, as it makes the game not challenging anymore and removes the skill of aiming, as now you can press a button and never miss your target. On the Wii U you had to move your cursor towards the target, and then with the target highlighted you had to hold down the ZL button, which is the reset camera button, and you had to actually keep your cursor there by continuously holding that button, which took some thought to do and was the perfect way to do a lock-on system in the game. But now you just click a single button and boom, locked on, never miss your target. And that moves us directly on to the next point, which is the difficulty. Now supposedly it has 3 difficulty modes, but they're more like easy modes. Normal mode is super easy, as the enemy healths have been decreased, there's a lot more nectar in the areas, and the captain's health, well, let's just say that they're basically unkillable, unless you're intentionally trying to kill the captains. It is quite literally stupidly easy compared to the original. Hard mode is still easier than Pikmin 3 on Wii U, and I think that's mainly just because of the controls and other aspects of Pikmin 3 Deluxe. And then Ultra Spicy mode doesn't add enough to make it difficult, and the 60 Pikmin limit doesn't add any sort of difficulty or challenge to it. It just makes it so that you have to take more trips to collect stuff back, which doesn't add any challenge, it just adds more tediousness. So overall the difficulty is just not there, it's too easy. They didn't even bother to add an actual difficulty mode, because if you've seen the mod, which I haven't actually played yet, called Pikmin 3 True Spice, you'll see how difficult that mod makes the game. And I think that's what Pikmin 3 Deluxe's Ultra Spicy mode should have been. It should have actually been the most difficult thing ever. Anyway, let's move on to features that aren't really the Switch's fault, but still I'm annoyed that they're gone. For example, the map has now lost the ability to view the land as a bird's eye view, like from above. So like you could do this on the Wii U version and actually see a lot more than the map shows. Like you can actually see anything and everything that's there, so you can have an actual idea of what enemy it is and like everything. But obviously because the Switch doesn't have a secondary screen, it can't have that feature, unfortunately. Next up, why did they do this? The Y menu. I hate the Y menu, it's slow and breaks the entire pace of the game whenever I want to use it. In this Y menu you now have dismissing, changing captains, and the Ultra Spicy spray. But the captain changing is so shit that I honestly can't believe they've left it like that. Basically, depending on what captain you're playing as, the captain you want to change to will be in a different position. So you would think, oh, that's fine, just memorize it. But nope, it's inconsistent and sometimes isn't in the same position. So you'll want to change captains, but then accidentally change to the wrong one, which makes it slower than just pressing Y 3 times. The way they did it on the Wii U version was so much better. And dismissing, while we're on the topic of the Y menu, dismissing is completely ruined now, and you'll never need to do it, even though I liked doing it. Basically, if you press dismiss once, it will dismiss everyone except for your currently selected type of Pikmin. But you have to now press dismiss twice to fully dismiss everyone unless you've selected the captains. And I don't like that. I wish I could just press a button and dismiss like the older games, because I think it would be quicker to just whistle every type of Pikmin you want for a certain task compared to selecting it with L and then just pressing Y to dismiss. Like, it's so annoying. And while we're on the topic of annoying dismissing kind of thing, charging! Oh boy, charging! I hate the way Pikmin 3 Deluxe does it, because it makes newcomers rely too much on it, because I've seen so many newcomers just use charge and charge only for every single situation, and it's honestly disappointing to see that, because the main mechanic is throwing, and sometimes it's better to throw, yet I see people charging for no reason. Basically, if you press the X button, it will only charge your currently selected type of Pikmin, but to charge every single Pikmin type, you have to mash the button 5 times just to charge once. But in the Wii U version, you lock onto something and then press dismiss, and boom, every single Pikmin in your squad is now charged to it. Now yes, Pikmin 3 Deluxe's charging could be more beneficial than the Wii U's, because you could just charge only yellows onto the electric gate and then move along. And yes, I do agree that that is better than what you could do on the Wii U version, but for most scenarios and most situations, I would rather just fully dismiss normally. I really hope normal dismissing is in Pikmin 4, and if they are bringing charging back, which it looks like it from the trailer, please be normal and just Now, the left stick cursor has somehow been fucked up. How, you may ask? Well, in the Wii U version, your cursor could literally go anywhere on screen and could have infinite range as long as the screen is there. So like, you could have it all the way in the top right of the screen, all the way in the bottom right, etc. And then that means you can whistle Pikmin from further away, but in the Switch version, it's limited, and if you slightly turn the left stick, it will go a little bit further, but that's so bad. Like, I hate that. And also, it's kind of glitchy. Sometimes if you turn the cursor around and turn the camera around with the cursor in a specific spot, it will break and snap into different positions that it never was at. And plus, it just doesn't feel as satisfying as the Wii U version, especially because you can't lock the cursor in place anymore by holding ZL, and pressing the left stick button no longer puts the cursor back to, you know, your captain. Why? The left stick button does absolutely nothing in Pikmin 3 Deluxe. That is such a wasted opportunity. And while we're on the topic of the left stick cursor, we may as well talk about the overly oversized, I don't even know if that first word is a word, but whatever, the massive whistle. Why the hell is it so gigantic? It is so big and round. Like your mother. Anyway, it's way too big for what it needs to be. I end up, more often than not, whistling every single Pikmin on screen compared to the little squad I want. And there was nothing wrong with the size of the original. In fact, I think Pikmin 2's upgrade it makes more sense that it makes the whistle bigger, because it actually has a benefit, because the cursor doesn't go as far in Pikmin 2, so it makes more sense. But in Pikmin 3 Deluxe, it's so absurdly big that it takes up the whole screen, which eliminates more challenge of managing your squad. You have to be less accurate. Like, what is with Nintendo making you lazy? Like, what the hell? Onto more glitchy things, the speed of the Pikmin and captains has been increased when following you. So I don't mean when you're playing as a captain, I mean when the spare captains are following you. Because for some reason, they just snap and instantly run to you at the speed of light. And it's just like, how the hell do you do this as a leaf Pikmin? There's literally no reason to get flower Pikmin in Pikmin 3 Deluxe, because the leaf Pikmin will never lag behind. They will always keep up with you now because of this new system. So even though they give you so much nectar in normal mode, it just doesn't even make a difference, because it's just like, Pikmin, always follow, no challenge of keep managing a squad, like, come on. And the captains look a bit glitchy and the animations are a bit broken, as you can see here. What is Charlie doing? Drowning is extremely broken in honestly all the modes, but in Ultra Spicy mode they literally drown in a couple seconds, which is good. Nintendo did something right in Ultra Spicy mode for once. Oh my god, drowning is insane. The most insane it's ever been in the whole series. They drown in like 2 seconds, oh my god. But let me ask you a question before I move on to the next point. Which is better at swimming? A blue water Pikmin or a red fire Pikmin? Yeah, go on, give your answer. Did you think red Pikmin? Because if you said red Pikmin, you'll be correct. Red Pikmin are better swimmers than blue Pikmin. They can quite literally cross such massive gaps and swim across the top of the water and even jump off the surface of the water. Blue Pikmin can't even do that. So why the hell can these non-swimmable Pikmin swim better than blue Pikmin? They take at least 20 seconds to drown in normal and hard mode, so I don't understand why they can survive in water for so long without drowning. Water in those modes is not a hazard at all, and this is probably the absolute worst thing they've added into Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and just the stupidest thing. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but in a time management game, they added the ability to call every single Pikmin from any part of the whole level back to the onion with a click of a button. In Pikmin 3 Deluxe only, if you go to the Drake and press the A button to call all the Pikmin back, the Drake will sound a massive loud whistle sound, which will call any stray Pikmin to the onion. But the thing is that this defeats the whole point of the rush of trying to make sure that every Pikmin is safe at night. Have you ever been in the middle of something crazy and then dun 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 dun, hurry up, sundown, go on, get your Pikmin so they don't die to sunset? Well, that doesn't happen anymore because you can literally just go to the Drake, click A to call them, and there's not really any risk of them dying on the way because they're already fast enough of running. So don't worry about Pikmin being left behind anymore. Just click the button as soon as you hear the hurry up and they'll make it back on time. Such a stupid mechanic. A lot of YouTubers I've seen have agreed that it's a stupid mechanic, and I really hope it don't come back to Pikmin 4, because again, a lot of Pikmin 3 Deluxe has defeated the challenge of the game, which is fine for newcomers in a easy mode, but this happens everywhere in the game. So don't ruin what a strategy game is supposed to be, a real-time strategy game. In real time, I'm supposed to manage my Pikmin and make sure they're all safe, because I'm responsible for my creatures. Now, the final point I've got listed is the fact that in easy mode, the days last incredibly longer. A normal Pikmin day in every single Pikmin game is 13 minutes long, even in Pikmin 3 Wii U. But in Pikmin 3 Deluxe normal mode, the day is 18 minutes long! Bruh! Come on! Why would you lie to us, Nintendo? Why put normal in the name if it's everything but that? Like, seriously, it pisses me off so much, the fact that they blatantly lie to your face. Oh, I want to make it so that newcomers don't feel like off-putted from the hard difficulty modes. Well, make a fucking hard difficulty mode then! Don't lie to us! Because Ultra Spicy isn't hard enough, and normal is too easy. So the best mode to play on for most Pikmin players is Ultra Spicy, but then you only have 60 Pikmin. What were you doing? This is why I think Pikmin 3 Deluxe is a bad port, because if they would have simply, this is the solution now to this, if they would have simply given us options, then it would have been fine, because I could just select original controls option. But no, we don't get choices. Simply just letting us choose how we want to have our game control will be fine. Like, have these as controls that Pikmin 3 Deluxe has on by default, because it's good for newcomers, but give us an option to customize how big our whistle should be, how fast the Pikmin should be, withering, which isn't even in the game, how long drowning should be, and also how difficult the game is. Like, seriously, just the fact that they have all of this code made from the Wii U version, but they decided to scrap it and replace it with something infinitely worse. Now, I'm so sorry if I've kind of annoyed someone who loves Pikmin 3 Deluxe more than the original, but that's honestly what I think. I honestly prefer the Wii U version, mainly for the controls and difficulty. If it was simply just the Wii U version on the Switch, I would be more happy compared to what we got. But let me know in the comments what you think and what your own personal opinion is on Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Now, Pikmin 4 is coming out soon, so why don't you subscribe if you want more Pikmin 4 videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another Pikmin video. Bye bye!